Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you today not to give you empty words, but to speak truth into your life. I want you to hear me, not just with your ears, but with your heart. Because today I want to show you a path that only 2% of people ever walk, while the other 98% watch from the sidelines, wondering why they never made it. Why do so many people fail to reach their full potential? Why do dreams die in the hearts of good men and women? Why do some rise while others fall? The answer is not fate, nor is it luck. It is not privilege, nor is it circumstance. The answer lies in a simple truth. Success is a choice. You see, the 2% who succeed in this life are not necessarily the smartest, the strongest, or the most talented. No, they are the ones who refuse to quit. They are the ones who get up when life knocks them down. They are the ones who silence the voices of doubt, fear, and mediocrity. The 98%, they dream, they wish, they hope, but they do not act. They do not persist. They do not push past their fear. And so their dreams remain just that, dreams, fading into the distance, lost in the land of what could have been. But you, my friend, are here today because you are being called to something greater. You were not created to blend in with the crowd. You were not designed to live in the shadows of regret. You were made to stand out, to rise up, to fight for the life you were meant to live. The 2% do not wait for the perfect moment. They take action when everything seems imperfect. The 2% do not complain about the obstacles. They overcome them. The 2% do not make excuses. They make progress. And I tell you today, if you want to be among the 2%, you must be willing to do what the 98% will not. When they quit, you must keep going. When they settle for less, you must demand more of yourself. When they choose comfort, you must choose growth. It won't be easy. It will take sacrifice. It will take discipline. It will take faith. But my friend, the reward is far greater than the price. So I ask you now, will you be one of the 2%? Will you rise above? Will you choose faith over fear, action over excuses, victory over defeat? Because the decision is yours. And if you dare to make it, nothing will be impossible for you. Success is a choice. It is not given, it is not inherited, and it is certainly not a matter of luck. Those who succeed do so because they make a conscious decision to rise above mediocrity, to break free from the chains of fear and doubt, and to take control of their lives. Every great leader, every self-made individual, every person who has ever left a mark on this world has one thing in common. They made the choice to succeed. It was not easy, it was not convenient, but it was necessary. The vast majority of people go through life reacting rather than acting. They wake up every morning and follow the same routine, driven by obligations rather than purpose. They wait for opportunities to knock instead of seeking them out. They hope for better days without making better decisions. They dream of success but are unwilling to embrace the discomfort required to achieve it. They tell themselves that success is reserved for the lucky, the privileged, the chosen few. But the truth is, the only thing separating the successful from the unsuccessful is the willingness to make a different choice. The choice to succeed is not a single decision made once and forgotten. It is a daily commitment, a way of thinking, a lifestyle. It means choosing discipline over convenience, growth over comfort, and perseverance over surrender. It means choosing to push forward when everything in you wants to quit. It means waking up early when others are sleeping, working while others are relaxing, and preparing while others are procrastinating. It is not the easy road, but it is the only road that leads to the fulfillment of one's true potential. Most people choose comfort over success. They would rather stay in a familiar place, even if it means living a life far below their potential. They cling to routines that do not serve them, relationships that hold them back, and habits that destroy their future. They fear the unknown, and so they settle for what is safe, even when it leaves them empty. But comfort is the enemy of growth. No great achievement has ever come from a place of ease. Those who succeed understand that discomfort is the price of greatness, and they are willing to pay it. The moment a person decides to succeed, everything changes. Their mindset shifts, their priorities realign, and their actions begin to reflect their commitment. They stop making excuses and start making progress. They stop blaming circumstances and start taking control. They understand that the power to succeed has always been within them, waiting to be activated by a single choice. Excuses are the chains that keep people bound to mediocrity. The unsuccessful blame their upbringing, their lack of resources, their environment, and even the opinions of others. They say they don't have time, they weren't given the right opportunities, or they don't have the talent. But the truth is, every successful person has faced obstacles. Every great leader has encountered opposition. Every champion has fought through doubt. The difference is that the 2% refuse to let excuses define them. They find a way, no matter the circumstances. There will always be reasons to quit. There will always be hardships, failures, and disappointments. But those who succeed do not allow temporary setbacks to define their future. They understand that failure is not final unless they allow it to be. They learn from their mistakes, adjust their approach, and keep moving forward. The unsuccessful let failure break them, but the successful use it as a stepping stone. The mind is the battleground where success is won or lost. The thoughts a person entertains will determine their future. Those who see themselves as victims will remain victims. Those who believe they are powerless will stay powerless. But those who choose to believe in their potential, who refuse to be defined by their past, who see obstacles as opportunities, those are the ones who will rise. The greatest battle is not external, it is internal. The 2% have mastered the art of winning in their own minds before they ever win in the world. Discipline is the fuel of success. It is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when one does not feel like doing it. Feelings are unreliable. They come and go like the wind. The 98% allow their emotions to dictate their actions. They wait to feel motivated before they take the first step. They wait to feel inspired before they move forward. But the 2% understand that action must come before motivation. They show up every day regardless of how they feel. They put in the work when no one is watching. They remain committed when there is no immediate reward. They know that success is built in the unseen hours, in the sacrifices no one applauds, in the discipline that most people lack. There will always be distractions, temptations, and voices that try to pull a person away from their purpose. The unsuccessful give in. They allow themselves to be swayed by entertainment, by meaningless opinions, by temporary pleasures. They waste their time, their energy, and their potential on things that do not serve their future. But the 2% guard their time and their mind like a precious treasure. They eliminate distractions, cut off negativity, and surround themselves with people who challenge them to grow. They understand that every moment wasted is a moment that could have been used to build something greater. Fear is the silent killer of dreams. It whispers lies in the ears of the 98%, telling them they are not good enough, not smart enough, not capable enough. It convinces them that failure is too painful, that rejection is too embarrassing, that stepping out is too risky. And so they stay where they are, never daring to chase the life they were meant to live. But the 2% know that fear is an illusion. It has no power unless it is given power. They face their fears head on, knowing that everything they want is on the other side of fear. They do not allow anxiety to paralyze them. They do not let doubts silence them. They act in spite of fear, and in doing so they break its hold over their lives. Success requires a vision. The 2% see beyond their present circumstances. They have a clear picture of where they are going, and they refuse to be swayed by temporary setbacks. The unsuccessful live day by day, reacting to life instead of shaping it. They have no vision, no plan, no direction. But the 2% set goals, create strategies, and take intentional steps toward their future. They know exactly what they want, and they refuse to stop until they get there. Many people start with excitement, but few endure to the end. The 98% give up when progress is slow, when results are not immediate, when the journey becomes difficult. But the 2% understand that success is not a sprint, it is a marathon. They are willing to endure, to persevere, to stay the course, no matter how long it takes. They do not give up because of delays. They do not quit because of setbacks. They remain steadfast, knowing that every step forward is a step closer to their destiny. Success is not given, it is earned. It is the result of a choice to rise above the excuses, the fears, the distractions, and the doubts. The 2% have made that choice. And because of that, they live the life that the 98% only dream of. Action over excuses is the defining principle that separates those who succeed from those who remain stagnant. It is the force that turns dreams into reality, that transforms potential into achievement. The world is filled with people who have great ideas, powerful visions, and deep desires, but very few take the necessary steps to bring them to life. Most people allow excuses to dictate their actions, and in doing so, they forfeit their own success. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who do not is not intelligence, talent, or opportunity. It is the willingness to act despite challenges, doubts, and fears. Excuses are the easy way out. They provide temporary comfort, a justification for inaction, a shield against the discomfort of effort. They allow people to remain in their comfort zones, avoiding the risks and struggles that come with pursuing something greater. The mind is skilled at creating reasons to delay action, at convincing a person that now is not the right time, that they need more preparation, that they are not ready. But there is no perfect moment, no ideal set of circumstances. Waiting for everything to align is the greatest illusion, the greatest trap that keeps people from moving forward. The most common excuse is the lack of time. People say they are too busy, that they have too many responsibilities, that they cannot possibly fit in the effort required to achieve their goals. But time is never the issue. It is not a lack of time that holds people back, but a lack of priority. Everyone has the same 24 hours in a day. The most successful individuals do not have more time than others. They simply use it differently. They cut out distractions, eliminate wasteful habits, and focus their energy on what truly matters. They do not waste hours on entertainment, social media, or meaningless conversations. They are intentional with every moment, understanding that every second wasted is a second lost forever. Another common excuse is the fear of failure. People hesitate to take action because they are afraid of making mistakes, of looking foolish, of falling short of expectations. But failure is not the enemy. It is not something to be avoided. It is something to be embraced. Every great achievement is built on a foundation of failures. The most successful people in the world have failed more times than the average person has even tried. They understand that failure is not a sign of incompetence, but a necessary step in the learning process. They do not allow the fear of failure to paralyze them. They act knowing that mistakes can be corrected, that lessons can be learned, that progress is only possible through movement. Many people blame their circumstances for their lack of action. They say they do not have the right resources, the right connections, the right background. They convince themselves that success is only for those who were born into the right environment, those who had a head start. But history is filled with stories of individuals who came from nothing and built extraordinary lives. They did not wait for the perfect conditions. They worked with what they had, and in doing so, they created opportunities where none existed. The truth is, no one starts with everything they need. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not is the willingness to start anyway. Procrastination is another form of excuse-making, disguised as planning, preparation, or perfectionism. People convince themselves that they are waiting for the right time, that they need to gather more information, that they need to refine their strategy before they begin. But procrastination is the enemy of progress. It keeps people stuck in a cycle of endless planning with no execution. The most successful people understand that action comes first. They start before they feel ready. They take steps forward even when they do not have all the answers. They know that clarity comes through action, that growth happens in motion, that the only way to truly learn is by doing. The mind will always offer reasons to delay, to hesitate, to stay where it is safe. But action must override thought. Action must become the default response. Those who succeed do not wait for motivation to strike. They do not wait to feel inspired before they move. They understand that action creates momentum, and momentum creates results. They act despite their doubts, despite their fears, despite the voice in their head telling them to wait. They know that success is built on a foundation of consistent, disciplined effort, not on occasional bursts of enthusiasm. The power of action is underestimated by most people. A single step forward, a single decision to act can change the course of an entire life. Many people believe they need to take massive, dramatic action to create change. But it is often the small, consistent steps that lead to the greatest results. The simple act of showing up every day, of doing one thing that moves the needle forward, of refusing to let a single day pass without progress. This is what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. Success is not built in a day, but it is built daily. Fear and doubt will always be present. The difference is that the successful refuse to let them dictate their choices. They feel fear but act anyway. They hear the doubts but move forward regardless. They understand that fear loses its power when faced head-on, that hesitation only strengthens its grip. The moment a person decides to take action despite fear, they break free from its control. They realize that the fear was never real, that it was only an illusion designed to keep them in place. People often look at those who have achieved great success and assume they had some advantage, some secret formula. But the only real secret is this: they took action when others did not. They moved when others stood still. They refused to be held back by excuses, by fear, by doubt. They understood that success is not something that happens to a person. It is something that is created through relentless, disciplined action. The world does not reward intentions. It does not reward ideas, dreams, or potential. It rewards action. It rewards those who move, those who do, those who refuse to be held back by the limitations of their own mind. The most powerful force in the world is action. It turns visions into reality, thoughts into achievements, and dreams into tangible success. Every excuse is an opportunity wasted. Every moment spent hesitating is a moment that could have been used to build, to grow, to advance. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not is not intelligence, talent, or background. It is simply the willingness to act. Resilience is the difference between those who succeed and those who do not. It is the ability to keep going when everything around you says stop. It is the power to rise after every fall, to push forward in the face of adversity, to refuse to be defeated by circumstances. Life will test every person who dares to dream. It will throw obstacles in their path, create delays, introduce hardships, and challenge their commitment. The ones who make it to the other side are not the ones who had it easy, not the ones who refuse to give up. Most people do not fail because they lack talent, intelligence, or opportunity. They fail because they quit too soon. They start with enthusiasm, full of energy and excitement, ready to take on the world. But as soon as the road becomes difficult, as soon as they experience resistance, they begin to doubt. They wonder if it is worth it, if they have what it takes, if they should turn back. The ones who fail are not the ones who lack potential, but the ones who lack the ability to endure. Resilience is not about avoiding failure. It is about how a person responds to failure. The strongest individuals are not those who never stumble, but those who get back up every single time. Every successful person has experienced moments of defeat, moments when everything seemed to be against them. They have felt the sting of rejection, the weight of setbacks, the discouragement of slow progress. But instead of allowing those moments to define them, they used them as fuel. They allowed the difficulties to strengthen them, to teach them, to refine them. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. Challenges will come, disappointments will happen, and failures will occur. No one is exempt from hardship, but the way a person interprets those hardships determines whether they grow or give up. The unsuccessful see obstacles as signs to stop, as proof that they are not meant to succeed. They take failure personally, allowing it to damage their self-worth and destroy their motivation. The resilient, on the other hand, see obstacles as part of the process. They understand that every challenge is an opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the next level. Most people overestimate talent and underestimate perseverance. Talent may open doors, but only resilience will keep a person inside the room. Natural ability can create an advantage, but it is not enough to sustain long-term success. The world is filled with talented people who never reach their potential, not because they were not capable, but because they lack the resilience to keep going. The difference between a person who achieves greatness and one who falls short is not how gifted they are, but how determined they are to keep moving forward no matter what. Doubt is one of the greatest enemies of resilience. The mind will always try to convince a person that they are not good enough, that they are wasting their time, that success is meant for someone else. Those who fail are the ones who listen to that voice. They allow self-doubt to weaken their resolve, to slow their progress, to plant the seeds of hesitation. The resilient do not entertain doubt. They silence it with action, with faith, with persistence. They refuse to let their minds become a battlefield of negativity. They train themselves to think differently, to focus on solutions rather than problems, to believe in their ability to overcome anything. Rejection is another test of resilience. The world will not always embrace new ideas, and people will not always support those who are trying to rise. Many give up at the first sign of rejection, taking it as proof that they are not worthy. But rejection is not the end. It is merely a redirection. Every great leader, every innovator, every trailblazer has faced rejection at some point. The difference is that they did not allow it to define them. They used it as motivation to work harder, to refine their skills, to improve their craft. They understood that rejection is often a sign that they are on the right path, that they are pushing beyond the limits of what is normal, that they are daring to do something different. Failure is painful, but regret is far worse. Many people spend their lives wondering what could have been, living with the weight of opportunities they did not take, dreams they did not chase, risks they did not embrace. The resilient refuse to live with regret. They understand that failure is temporary, but quitting is permanent. They would rather fail 1,000 times than look back and wonder what might have happened if they had only kept going. They know that the pain of discipline is far easier to bear than the pain of a life unfulfilled. Resilience is built in the small moments, in the daily choices that determine whether a person moves forward or stands still. It is developed when a person decides to keep working even when they feel exhausted, when they choose to believe in themselves even when no one else does, when they refuse to let setbacks break their spirit. It is in the moments when quitting seems like the easiest option, but they choose to persevere instead. Discipline and consistency are the foundation of resilience. Those who achieve success are not always the ones who make the biggest moves or take the most dramatic actions. They are the ones who show up every day, who put in the work even when they do not feel like it, who refuse to allow excuses to dictate their progress. They understand that greatness is not built in a day, but in the accumulation of small, consistent efforts. They do not let temporary failures distract them from their long-term vision. Many people convince themselves that resilience is something they either have or do not have, but it is a skill that can be developed. Every time a person chooses to keep going despite adversity, their resilience grows stronger. Every time they push through discomfort, they become more capable. The more they face challenges, the more prepared they become to handle even greater obstacles in the future. The world does not reward those who give up. It does not remember those who almost made it, those who tried but decided it was too hard, those who allowed temporary struggles to define their entire journey. The world remembers those who endured, those who fought through the pain, those who refused to back down. It is not the easy road, but it is the only road to true success. Mindset is the foundation upon which all success is built. It is the unseen force that determines the direction of a person's life, shaping their choices, their habits, their resilience, and ultimately their destiny. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not is not merely skill, talent, or opportunity. It is the way they think. A person's mindset dictates how they approach challenges, how they handle setbacks, and how they respond to the inevitable obstacles that arise on the path to greatness. The mind can either be a person's greatest weapon or their greatest limitation. And the ones who rise above the rest are those who master their thoughts rather than becoming slaves to them. There are two types of mindsets that define every individual: the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. The fixed mindset is the belief that intelligence, talent, and ability are set in stone. That a person is either born with certain capabilities or they are not. Those who operate with a fixed mindset believe that success is determined by what they already possess, and if they encounter difficulties, they see them as proof that they are not meant to succeed. They avoid challenges because they fear failure. They resist feedback because they see it as criticism. And they shy away from effort because they do not believe in their ability to improve. This way of thinking keeps them trapped, preventing them from reaching their full potential. The growth mindset, on the other hand, is the belief that intelligence, talent, and ability can be developed through effort, persistence, and learning. Those who adopt this mindset understand that failure is not a reflection of their worth, but a necessary step toward mastery. They embrace challenges because they see them as opportunities to grow. They welcome feedback because they know it will help them improve. They do not shy away from effort, but rather see it as the price that must be paid for success. The most accomplished individuals in history did not achieve greatness because they were born with superior abilities. They achieved greatness because they believed in their capacity to develop and refused to let limitations define them. The mind is like a garden. If it is filled with weeds of negativity, doubt, and fear, it will never produce anything valuable. But if it is cultivated with thoughts of perseverance, possibility, and purpose, it will yield extraordinary results. Most people fail not because they lack potential, but because they allow negative thoughts to take root. They convince themselves that they are not good enough, that they do not have what it takes, that success is for others but not for them. This self-defeating mindset keeps them stagnant, preventing them from ever stepping into the fullness of their abilities. But those who succeed understand that the first battle is always won in the mind. They take control of their thoughts, eliminating beliefs that hold them back and replacing them with beliefs that empower them. Fear is one of the greatest enemies of a powerful mindset. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of uncertainty. These are the thoughts that keep people from taking action. But fear is nothing more than a product of the mind. It is an illusion that grows stronger the more attention it is given. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act in spite of it. The successful feel fear but refuse to be controlled by it. They recognize that fear is a natural part of the process, a sign that they are pushing beyond their comfort zones. And instead of allowing it to stop them, they use it as fuel to keep moving forward. Self-discipline is another cornerstone of a winning mindset. Most people allow their emotions to dictate their actions. They work hard when they feel motivated. They pursue their goals when they feel inspired. But the moment discomfort arises, they give in to excuses. They tell themselves they will start tomorrow, that they will get serious when the timing is right, that they will take action when they feel ready. But those who operate with a strong mindset understand that success does not wait for feelings. They know that motivation is unreliable, that waiting for the perfect moment is a trap, and that the only way to achieve greatness is to be disciplined, regardless of how they feel. They do what needs to be done whether they feel like it or not. They do not allow temporary discomfort to dictate their long-term success. The power of perspective is another defining trait of those who succeed. Every situation, no matter how difficult, can be viewed in two ways: as an obstacle or as an opportunity. Most people focus on the problem, magnifying their struggles and allowing their circumstances to dictate their attitude. But the ones who rise above are those who shift their perspective. They train their minds to see opportunities where others see roadblocks. They look at setbacks as lessons, difficulties as training, and challenges as stepping stones towards something greater. This ability to reframe situations is what allows them to keep moving forward even in the face of adversity. The environment a person surrounds themselves with also plays a crucial role in shaping their mindset. Many people fail because they spend too much time around negativity, around people who do not believe in them, who discourage their dreams, who fill their minds with doubt. The words and energy of others have a powerful influence, and if a person constantly surrounds themselves with those who think small, they will begin to think small as well. Those who succeed are intentional about their environment. They seek out people who challenge them, who inspire them, who push them to be better. They protect their minds from negativity, filtering out anything that weakens their resolve. They understand that if they want to elevate their lives, they must elevate the company they keep. A strong mindset is also built on the foundation of gratitude. Many people focus so much on what they lack, on what is wrong in their lives, that they fail to recognize what they already have. This mindset of scarcity creates feelings of frustration, bitterness, and resentment, which weaken their ability to take action. But those who operate with a powerful mindset cultivate gratitude daily. They train themselves to focus on what is good, to appreciate their progress, to find joy in the journey. Gratitude shifts perspective, turning obstacles into opportunities, struggles into lessons, and setbacks into stepping stones. It fuels resilience, strengthens motivation, and keeps a person focused on what truly matters. Mental toughness is the ability to keep going even when everything seems to be against you. It is the decision to persist when others quit, to believe when others doubt, to push forward when everything inside says stop. The path to success is not easy, and there will be moments when giving up feels like the only option. But those who achieve greatness refuse to surrender to temporary pain. They understand that discomfort is part of the process, that struggles are necessary for growth, that every difficulty they face is shaping them into the person they need to become. They do not allow their circumstances to control them. They control their response to their circumstances. The most powerful tool any person possesses is their own mind. It can either be their greatest ally or their greatest enemy. Those who master their mindset master their future. Those who allow their thoughts to be filled with doubt, fear, and limitation will always remain stuck. But those who train their minds to think differently, to see possibilities instead of problems, to focus on solutions instead of excuses, to push forward despite difficulty, these are the ones who break barriers, defy expectations, and achieve extraordinary success. Faith is the invisible force that separates those who succeed from those who do not. It is the unshakable belief in what is not yet seen, the confidence that drives a person forward even when everything around them says stop. It is the ability to move forward without guarantees, to keep striving without visible evidence, to trust the process even when the outcome is uncertain. Those who succeed are not necessarily the most talented, the most intelligent, or the most connected. They are the ones who have faith strong enough to carry them through the darkest moments. Faith that refuses to let them quit when the path is unclear. Faith that fuels their persistence when logic says to give up. Faith is not just a feeling, it is a choice. It is the decision to believe in oneself, in one's dreams, in one's potential. Even when doubts try to take hold, many people never reach their potential because they allow fear and uncertainty to control them. They wait for proof, for confirmation, for a guarantee that things will work out before they take action. But success does not come to those who wait for perfect conditions. It comes to those who step forward despite uncertainty. The most accomplished individuals did not have absolute certainty when they started. They had faith. They moved forward not because they had all the answers, but because they believed that if they kept going, the answers would reveal themselves. Doubt is the enemy of faith. It creeps into the mind, whispering reasons why success is impossible, why it is too late, why the risks are too high. Doubt convinces people to stay where they are, to choose comfort over challenge, to accept mediocrity instead of striving for greatness. Those who fail are often those who listen to doubt more than they listen to possibility. But those who rise above do so because they refuse to let doubt have the final word. They replace doubt with action, replacing hesitation with movement, replacing fear with determination. They train their minds to focus not on what could go wrong, but on what could go right. Faith does not mean ignoring reality. It means refusing to let reality define what is possible. The world is full of people who allow their circumstances to limit them, who accept failure as permanent, who let setbacks convince them that they are not meant to succeed. But those who truly achieve greatness understand that faith is the ability to see beyond the present moment. They recognize that setbacks are temporary, that circumstances can change, that where they are now is not where they have to stay. They do not allow obstacles to dictate their potential. Instead, they use faith as a compass, guiding them through the storm, keeping them focused on the destination, even when the road is difficult. Faith requires action. It is not enough to simply believe. Belief must be backed by movement. Many people claim to have faith, yet they do nothing to bring their dreams to life. They wait. They hesitate. They procrastinate, telling themselves that they will start when the timing is right. But faith is demonstrated through action, through bold steps taken even when the outcome is unclear. Those who succeed do not wait for certainty before they move, and in doing so they create their own certainty. They understand that every step forward, no matter how small, strengthens their faith. One of the greatest tests of faith is persistence. It is easy to believe in success when things are going well, when progress is visible, when doors are opening. But what happens when nothing seems to be working? What happens when the road is filled with obstacles, when progress is slow, when rejection comes one after another? This is where most people give up. They mistake delays for denial, setbacks for signs that they should quit. But those who truly understand faith know that persistence is the key. They continue to push forward, knowing that every challenge is strengthening them, preparing them, refining them. They refuse to give up because they understand that faith is not just about believing, it is about enduring. Faith is also the ability to believe in oneself. Many people fail not because they lack opportunity, but because they do not believe they are worthy of success. They allow past failures, past mistakes, past disappointments to shape their identity. They carry self-doubt like a heavy weight, convincing themselves that they do not have what it takes. But those who succeed understand that faith starts within. They choose to see themselves as capable, as worthy, as strong enough to achieve what they desire. They do not let their past define them. They define themselves by what they believe they can become. Vision is a product of faith. Those who accomplish great things see possibilities where others see limitations. They dream bigger, think bolder, push further because they have faith in what is possible. They do not allow the opinions of others to shrink their vision. Many people live small lives because they allow others to dictate what they can and cannot do. They listen to the voices of doubt, the voices of fear, the voices that tell them to be realistic. But those who achieve greatness do not let outside voices control their inner faith. They believe in their vision even when no one else does. They trust their path even when others doubt them. They move forward even when they are the only ones who see the destination. Challenges will always come, and faith does not eliminate struggles. It does not mean that the road will be easy or that success will come without difficulties. What faith does is give a person the strength to keep going through the trials. It gives them the power to rise when they fall, the endurance to withstand hardships, the courage to take another step when everything in them wants to quit. Those who fail often do so because they lack the faith to endure the struggle. They see difficulty as a sign to stop rather than as a test to overcome. But those who succeed recognize that every great victory requires perseverance. Faith is tested in the moments of uncertainty, in the seasons of waiting, in the periods of struggle. It is easy to believe when everything is going well, when opportunities are abundant, when success is visible. But true faith is revealed in the silence, in the moments when nothing seems to be working, when the answers are unclear, when the path ahead is filled with unknowns. Most people lose faith in these moments, and they convince themselves that if things were meant to happen, they would have happened by now. But those who understand the power of faith hold on even when the evidence is against them. They continue to move forward, trusting that every step, no matter how small, is bringing them closer to the breakthrough. Faith is what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. It is what allows people to rise above limitations, to push through adversity, to create something out of nothing. It is what fuels the risk takers, the dreamers, the innovators, the ones who refuse to accept mediocrity. Those who succeed are not those who never face doubt, fear, or hardship. They are the ones who had the faith to keep moving forward anyway. They believed when others doubted. They persisted when others quit. They trusted when others hesitated. Faith is the unseen force that turns dreams into reality, the foundation upon which all success is built, the inner power that drives a person to defy the odds and achieve what once seemed impossible.